Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I wanted to do some June readings for you. So I'm going to go through all the signs and do the timestamps and look at what June has in store for each of the signs. I will be doing all this with the Wandering Star Tarot deck. Such a lovely deck. I hope you like it. And the Secrets of the Mystic Grove Oracle. I'll be pulling one oracle for one or two, we'll see, for each sign to bring the overall energy through. And please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much if you have. It supports the channel. Hopefully it gets the channel seen, and people who need these messages will hopefully be able to find them more easily here on YouTube or other social media that this might be going out to. I'm running specials. I'll kind of remind you as I go. I'm running specials, a quick turnaround special. The information is in the description box below. You also have the link to my regular readings page that I offer if you wanted to check that out. Thank you to everyone who's taken advantage of the special. So far, it's lovely working with you all. And I think with all of that said, we can just jump in. I don't really like doing long intros, but then how are you going to know if I'm running any specials or if I'm doing anything fun if I don't tell you about it, right? All right, so let's jump in here, see what we have. We're going to begin with Aries. Hey Aries, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Okay, so the World Three of Wands, you're traveling or moving for some of you, or this is long distance something coming up. What's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the month of June 2022? And if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro. There's information for you there on specials and the like. Aries in June. Show me Aries in June, please. There we go. We're going to do a modified Celtic cross, they call it. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. And with the Eight of Swords, this could be a time of solitude, isolation. You might feel restricted, or you might think you're restricted or a little bit stuck in a situation. And we're going to see what it is. But usually with the Eight of Swords, it just reminds us that, you know, it's in our own heads. We can easily get ourselves unstuck. We can easily get ourselves out of whatever situation it is that we're dealing with. So let's see what's going on. So what was I saying? Current situation, we have the Magician. This is all about working with what you have, but you do have everything you need to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. Okay, there's a new beginning you're thinking about. And this is telling you, you don't think you're ready, you don't think you have everything you need, but actually you do, and it's time to do something with it. Okay, what is the help or hindrance? The Hangman. You think you're not ready, you think you need more time. This is kind of the energy of you already know what to do in a situation, and yet you keep looking for confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that you're correct in knowing what you need to do. What that does is it just keeps things stuck and stagnant, and it keeps you in this lack mentality, not worthy, not ready, and it just creates a lot of unnecessary delays. So in terms of hindrance, obviously being inactive, not taking action, constantly looking for confirmation. But in terms of advice, how this could help you is to flip things on its head, right? To look at things from a different perspective and to think, you know what, if I wanted to get started now, what would I have to do? What could I do with what is available to me? And that's going to snap you out of this mindset, right? Speaking of mindset, here's the Three of Wands again. And it flipped out as we were shuffling. You have your eyes set on something, but you perceive it as it's far away from you. Okay, now if it's an actual person and this is a long distance thing, they're physically away from you, right? They're physically at a distance. Or the house you want to move to is in a different state, or it's in a different country, right? And it's your dream home, that's your end goal, but you feel like, oh my God, so much needs to happen before I can even apply to get there, or, you know, put an offer on it, or that kind of thing. You view whatever it is that you want as too far away because you view yourself as not ready to go for it yet. What's in the foundation? The reason for everything. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is what you're working towards. You're working towards long-term stability. This is family. This is putting down roots. This is long-term commitment. This is retirement. This is starting your own business, home-based business. So that's what you're working towards, but you view it as very far from you at this point. Like you're not ready for it. But the message with that is you're telling yourself that, and it's actually not true, Aries. Okay? You're more than ready. You have everything you need to get started. Okay? What's in the past, recent past? We have the Six of Cups. And with the Six of Cups, this could be nostalgia, reminiscing. We are coming out of a Mercury retrograde. I'm filming this on the 1st of June, and I think it's coming out of retrograde. It's going direct on the 3rd. So depending on where you watch this, Mercury will either still be retrograde or would have just gone direct. But this can be reminiscing, nostalgia. Maybe you bumped into someone from your past. Maybe this is you talking to family with the Ten of Pentacles, or talking to an ex. And it's a case of what can we do to overcome an impasse? What can we do to bring us closer together? Now that means you could have to overcome physical distance, or it's a case of making peace. Can we make peace? Can we get back on a good page? Can we get back on track? Can we have a new type of relationship, a new type of dynamic? And it's just a lot of fear because you've been here before, things didn't go very well. There may have been conflict, there may have been breakup, there may have been separation. So on the one hand, you want to go for this. On the other hand, everything that you are telling yourself that's giving you anxiety is also creating this false wall between you and what you want, right? All the reasons why it wouldn't go well, and it's keeping you stuck. Let's see where it's going. So we have the Page of Swords. So we have communication. Okay, being very honest, being slightly blunt, communication. The Nine of Swords, yeah, here's that energy. And the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like either you're talking to yourself or someone else is giving you a bit of a talking to, if I'm going to be honest. They mean very well. They have your best interest at heart, so I would listen to what they have to say. It could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. But this person is talking to you about your fears. Okay, why do you fear this? Why do you fear that? Why are you thinking this and why are you thinking that? Because it has no basis in reality, right? That's what the Page of Swords is going to tell you. That's just not true. That's just not a fact. And then to talk to you about your options, okay? And you'll start to consider your options. You'll start to go into the magician mindset of, okay, what do I have to work with here? What could I do? Okay, granted, there's a lot I can't do. There's a lot that's still up in the air, but what can I do with what I have available to me, right? Should I do this? Should I do that? You're entertaining possibilities. And I feel like that's what's going to get you stuck. So Aries, for you, June is a time of getting yourself unstuck by switching your perspective, by thinking of what's possible with the Three of Wands and where things could go on a positive note, right? In an optimistic type of way, versus getting out of your head where it's just a lot of fears and anxiety over things you don't know, over things that could go wrong, over the things that you can't control. Because that's where you've been and that's what's been keeping you stuck. Okay, and we're reading the energy here. This could be playing out in your love life. This could be playing out with your career. This could be playing out with your relationship with family. You take it as it resonates. But I do see this could even have been some sort of an offer extended to you, okay, with the Six of Cups, from someone you know, someone you used to be with, someone you used to work with, someone you know in any other capacity, and you're entertaining it. You feel like you want to go for it. It feels good, but then your thoughts are coming in and kind of drowning it out, because it's not your thoughts drowning it out, it's your fears and your anxieties. Does that make sense? And so once you move past the impasse, if you try to switch your focus, if you try to switch to being more hopeful and positive and optimistic, and just kind of taking a chance at the end of the day to see what happens. There's no way you can know for sure what's going to happen, but that's good or bad. The only way you're going to know what's going to happen is if you take a step and get in it and see what happens. Does that make sense? So let's see overall energy here for you, Aries. Overall energy here for you. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, I think you got 2 or 3. I'm going to take them. So, awakening, attraction, beginning, newness, communing. So, whatever this is, it's a new beginning. And you see how this is all going on in her head, all the birds, right, in her hair, on her shoulder. I feel like a lot of people are talking to you. Yeah, and the 7 of Swords. A lot of people are talking to you, literally giving you anxiety. Because they're talking to you about what could go wrong, not necessarily being positive. Togetherness, loyalty, fellowship, bonding, number 9. So this is a coming home. I feel like someone wants to come home for some of you. You want to go home. You want to make peace. You want to come together with someone else, or they want to come together with you. But I feel like because there's history there, there's a lot of anxiety over, I don't want it to be a repeat of the past. But with the Magician there, this is telling you it will be what you make it, right? You have the power to make it a very good thing or to make it a bad thing, okay? Release, yeah, letting go, freedom, healing, number 25. So it's about releasing the pain and the anxiety and the worst case scenarios, taking a step, seeing what happens, where it's taking you. Tenacity, dedication, determination, stubbornness. Like I say, persevere, power through. That's what this is. Okay, power through, because, and I feel like you are. I feel like you are. You're overcoming some anxieties. This could be your advice, right? To talk to someone who can be a very realistic sounding board to you, to talk to someone you trust, to be unbiased, or write things down, journal, because then when you go back and read them, they look, they sound, they feel different, right? Those ideas, those thoughts that you bring into the 3D by putting them down on paper. Talk to someone about your fears. Talk to this person about your anxiety, because it will help you get comfort and reassurance in terms of what you know you already want to do, right? But it's just a case, I don't want to be foolish. I want to do this, but I don't want to be foolish. Does that make sense? And if you're in a long distance type of relationship, the person you want, or the thing you want, the place, the job, the home, is at a physical distance, this is telling you to get some advice. Either get some legal advice, get some career advice, get some advice on the paperwork you need, any visas or anything like that. Give yourself some options, okay? Because that will switch, again, you switch you out of this feeling trapped and frustrated and powerless place into, okay, what do we have to work with here? If I wanted to do this today, what would I have to do? How would I get started? Do I have what I need to get started? And then I can make more as I go. I can figure it out as I go. Okay? So for you, Aries, it's about getting out of your own head and getting out of your own way. But I'm seeing making peace with family, that is possible. Or reconciling, whether that's with a romantic person, partner, interest, or family. That's a big focus here as well. Whatever you're afraid of, whatever you're anxious about in terms of the future of something or the potential of something, could even be your own health, right? Or your own personal goals. Whatever you're anxious about, this is asking you to trust yourself, to know that you have everything you need to get started, or you have everything you need to know where to go for further information. Does that make sense? Do research, talk to someone who's doing it, talk to an expert, talk to someone who's unbiased, because you'll have more options than you know by doing this, okay? So I will leave that with you, Aries. I feel like Mercury retrograde, I don't know where the Mercury retrograde happened for you, but I feel like this fogginess, this confusion is a result of that. And it will be slowly lifting, and you can help it along by doing what they're advising you to do. It's all down to you, of course. Okay, moving on to Taurus. Hey Taurus, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Let's see what's going on for you in the month of June. If you're skipping ahead, please be sure to watch the intro as well. There's information for you there on specials and all that. What is going on for Taurus in the month of June? And if you're interested in the decks I'm using, all that is in the intro as well. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. And the Fool jumped out as I was shuffling and talking to you. Or almost jumped out. Did it? I can't remember. But I saw the Fool shuffling and thinking of you, and I thought, okay, I'll put it back, see if it pops back up, and here it is. So the overall energy here for you with the Fool is about, it's a fresh start. It's an absolute clean slate for you, Taurus. For some, I feel like this is clean bill of health. I hear that. For others, I hear a debt is paid. I hear a debt is forgiven for some. So this could be relocation. This could be physical transformation, dropping weight, or like I say, overcoming an illness, something that has been long-term in your life that has been holding you back. Maybe something to do where you physically couldn't, you didn't have a lot of energy, or you physically couldn't move, you were restricted in your movement or something along those lines. It's very like health specific for some of you. This could also be falling in love and just jumping into something head first. A new career, a new way of making money, whatever this is, with the Fool being a major arcana, it will be something big, very different, Uranus energy, very different, but it will feel right, okay? So let's see. Current situation, the Nine of Swords. So this is where you are as you're starting off June, or as you're coming into June. So something's heavy on your mind. Okay, you're at the end of something, whether you're aware of this or not. You're at the end of a process. You're coming to the end of a contract, a partnership, a way of doing things, a way of being. You're coming to the end of treatment for some of you. And I feel like you're not aware that you're coming to this end. To you, you're thinking, how long is this going to go on for? Am I going to be stuck here forever? Because this is worst case scenarios, right? What am I going to do with this? How am I going to get that? What's going to help or hinder you? We have the Six of Cups. And with the Six of Cups, in terms of what's going to help or hinder you, now this could be a lot of anxiety over a sibling, anxiety over someone you used to know, over something you used to do, over someone you used to be, an old way of doing things, anxiety, confusion over an ex. Okay, there may have been a breakup or a breakdown when it comes to family or a friend. And I do feel like with the Fool there, this is telling you that if you wanted to repair something, you can. You're just going to have to take the first step, right? Crowning you, what's going on? The Three of Cups. Yeah, you're thinking about a reconciliation here, or you're thinking about getting together with someone, getting back together with someone, making peace with friends, making peace with family, going back to happier times, joining a group of people, going back to some people, going back to a place, going back to a job, a type of career, a type of whatever the case may be. What's in the foundation, the reason for everything? The Eight of Cups. There has been a departure. There has been a departure. You have a lot of cups so far, so it's impacting you emotionally, first and foremost. You had to walk away from something, or someone else walked away from you. Or you were told this can no longer continue. You have to drop this. You have to stop doing this. You were told if you want to, very drastic, but for some, I think you were told if you want to live, you're going to have to cut this out. And it could be drinking. This could also be something happening to someone really close to you, and it's also impacting you severely. Or you could be the one telling them, if you want to live, you're going to have to cut this out, right? Because it could be drinking here, or it could be attachment to unhealthy things. Recent past, we have the devil. Speaking of attachment to unhealthy things and obsession and addiction. Yeah. So Taurus, you are overcoming some sort of an addiction, some sort of an obsession that has caused addiction. And it will be food for some of you. It will be drinking for others. It will be emotional, no, what's the word? It's comfort food. It's shopping to fill an emotional void. But whatever it is, I feel like you are overcoming it. For some, through your friends and family, allow them to support you. I feel like you've been trying to do everything on your own with the 8 of Cups and 9 of Swords, or keeping things to yourself because you're embarrassed or you're ashamed or whatever. Because you're challenged with the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. You have people there who are more than happy and ready to support you, to embrace you. Okay, 3 of Cups. They don't have to approve of what you're doing or not approve, or they don't have to have an opinion. They literally just want to be there for you. So it's a case of allow them to do that for you. Does that make sense? And it could even be like break up with a toxic person. And so it's still painful. It's still heartbreaking, even when we know that they're bad for us. You know what I mean? And this is just, again, rely on your friends and family. You've already walked away. You're strong enough to keep going. Or if they've walked away, you picked up the pieces and you're strong enough to keep going in that direction and cut them out completely, or make sure they don't come back. Does that make sense? And you alternate between, could I go back to this person? Should I go back to this person? Could it be better? And you're in the 9 of Swords energy because you know deep down, no, it's not going to get better. It has to. This person or this thing or this habit or this whatever, it has to leave my life. It has to. I have to let it go. I have to leave it behind. You've already moved on from it, right? You've already moved past it. It's just a case of you just need to keep going, right? It's a transition. You'll settle down into the new way of being soon enough. So we have the Queen of Cups in the outcome with strength. Yeah, what did I just say? And the Ace of Cups. So lots of cups, man. So this is, for some of you, this is a true friend. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Leo energy here. They're offering you unconditional love and support. Okay? They're a supportive figure. This could be someone who will literally go to counseling with you. It could be a therapist. It could be a counselor, okay? Or it's someone who just wants you to be happy and healthy. It's someone supporting you as like a companion for some. With this new beginning. For others of you, if you keep going, right? If you don't turn around, if you don't go back to whatever this toxic person or thing was in your past, I feel like you have a beautiful new beginning, either meeting, I hear the love of your life for some, or if it's to do with work, with career, could also be that with the Ace of Cups. It's something that you'll absolutely love. It will be perfectly tailored to you, your skills, and it will make you more money than you've ever made. Okay? I'm also seeing for some of you, you're getting your own place. Maybe you're moving in with a friend, or a friend is helping you find the best place for you, or helping you get the right kind of finances in order, or they're vouching for you. They're supporting you in some way with the Strength card there, okay? So Taurus, whatever this is that you've walked away from, you just need to keep walking, okay? Rely on your friends and family. Keep walking. This time of confusion, of fear, of hesitation, of I'm not comfortable, maybe I should just go back to what I know, this time will soon come to an end, okay? Cut ties with this thing or person. Stop communication. Stop seeing them. No, you can't be friends. They're just bad for you, okay? They might be talking to you about, can we at least still be friends or something like that. And it's like, no, you can't be friends. That's just look at what it's doing to you, Taurus. It's putting you right back into the Nine of Swords, because I feel this energy where you're kind of feeling good about yourself. You're feeling hopeful and happy again. You hear from this person who could be an ex or a family member you had fallen out with, or someone in your environment, someone who used to be a friend, whatever, right? As soon as you hear from them, it puts you right back into this place of anxiety, of I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm stressed, I don't know why even. I always feel like I have to protect myself, defend myself, I don't know what's going to happen. No one likes that, right? And it's not healthy, and they're not actually contributing anything positive to your life. They just bring this mess over here. Does that make sense? And they're not going to get better, and they're not going to change if that's what they're telling you. Trust me. Okay? But you do whatever you think is best. But I do see, if you keep walking, right? Like with the Fool, you keep walking. You rely on your friends and family when and if you have to, but you keep walking. There is true love coming in. There is a true friend stepping up. Maybe a friend becoming a lover. Someone you can completely trust. And they know what unconditional love is, and they're more than ready and willing to give it to you, because you will give it to them. If it's to do with your money, with your career, this is something that will, again, it'll be perfect for you. It's a job that's perfect for you, and you'll be making more money than you've ever made. I do see that with the Ace of Cups overflowing. I'm seeing relocation with someone, or someone is helping you get the best place for you, and that will be your happy place. That will be your peaceful place, your safe haven. It will give you your strength and confidence back, right? And you can settle into that. So let's see, overall energy and advice here for Taurus. Decision. Well, yeah, and another one they say. Celebration, absolutely. Bottom of the deck, waiting, alertness, preparation, watchfulness. So pay attention. Pay attention to how you feel when this person comes back around. Pay attention to how they make you feel when they talk to you, the things they tell you, or you just thinking about them. How does that make you feel? Or the thing, the habit, the whatever, okay? It's time to make a choice and make real change with 41 there, adding up to a 5. This is real change that you're going through. Your choice is to stick to it. That's all you need to do. Okay? It doesn't have to be messy. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be, you've already done the work. You've already done most of it. Right? The hard bit is over. Right now, what you have to do is just keep going. Is just power through until you reach that finish line. Until you find that happy place settled within yourself. Until you get that, you give yourself that closure, right? If I know I'm doing the best thing for me, I look different, I feel different, I have new energy, I have new ideas, inspiration, I'm seeing myself laughing all the time, that's what I choose my life to be, right? Celebration, bliss, joy, delight. 31, putting down roots. Definitely new homes for some of you. Physical transformations as well, whether it's just changing your hair, or your wardrobe, or is physical transformation in other ways, right? For your health or mental health. I mean, it'll be different for everyone, as long as what you're doing is for you to feel strong, stronger, healthier. Okay? You carry on. Do what's right for you. Okay, but June is a month of transformation for you, Taurus. And like I say, you've already done the work. You're already at that, really close to that finish line. All you have to do is just keep walking in the direction you've chosen for yourself. As soon as you turn the corner, you will see that finish line, and you will see how close you are to this complete transformation and this change becoming your new normal. Does that make sense? And good for you, because whatever it is you're leaving behind, it was messy, it was toxic, it was unhealthy, to say the least. Okay? Moving on to, where are we, Gemini. Hi Gemini, how you doing? Happy birthday, it's Gemini season. What's going on for Gemini in the month of June 2022? What's going on for, okay, Gemini in June 2022. Also watch the intro, Gemini. There's information for you there on specials, decks I'm using, all of that. Gemini, here we go. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. Awesome. New beginnings, exciting things, travel, relocation, new job, new career, new source of passion in your life, whether that is romantic passion or otherwise. It could be new life as well, so pregnancy might be an option for those of you where that applies. Current situation, the Lovers. Yeah, new passion, I'd say, with these Wands and the Lovers. So either you're falling in love completely out of the blue with someone and them with you. Again, be careful if you are of the age and you're able to, whatever, and you don't want to, just take extra precautions, because there's a lot of passion here, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of that. This is your energy with Gemini energy as well. But you should, I mean, this is a big new beginning, unexpected in love for a lot of you. And for others, this is a big commitment you're making at this time, whether it's professional or with your business. What's going to help or hinder you? We have the Three of Wands. With the Three of Wands, for some of you, this can be where you meet your person online and it's awesome and it's beautiful, but you're at a distance. You can't see each other as much as you'd like to or as often as you'd like to. It comes with its own challenges, but it's still an amazing connection and it's worth it, right? Type thing. For those of you, this is, don't try to do too much at the same time with the Three of Wands in terms of what may hinder you. And I also see an energy of recognize what you have so you can stop looking. Does that make sense? Because I feel like you've already met the one for you, or you're with them now, but you might not be sure. Or maybe you're still going through what ifs in your head, but that may come from a fear of commitment, not necessarily that person not being right for you. Does that make sense? So those kind of things are coming to the surface. If you're in this amazing opportunity to do with business, to do with career, you're being presented with something, this is telling you it's a good idea to look around and just make sure that this is the best thing for you, or this is what you want to do, looking at everything else that's available to you. Or if it's a case of negotiating money, it's good to look around and see what other places would pay for that, or what other, do you know what I mean, before you sign that paper. But know when to stop looking, or know when to stop looking for extra confirmation. And the foundation, the reason for everything, we have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. You might be dealing with the fire sign, but with all this fire, this could be you, this could be a person you're dealing with. There's a lot of, and yeah, pay attention, definitely, because pregnancy is screaming at me from these cards, okay? Whether it's you, your partner. And if that's not an option for you, obviously don't take that message. Crowning you, the Nine of Swords. I feel like it's almost like your own feelings are taking you by surprise and they're making you question things. That's why you have the Three of Wands in terms of what may hinder you. Know when to stop looking. Know when to trust what's in front of you, right? Know when to accept and appreciate what is in front of you now, and stop looking at, but what else is out there? What else could it be? Where, you know, where would this go? What, okay, so it's a case of be in the moment with all the wands, enjoy the moment, celebrate, and know when to stop looking. I keep getting that because it's putting you in the Nine of Swords. The more you look, the more confused you get. The more you ask for confirmation, once you've already had it a million times over, the more confused you're going to get, right? In the past, we have the Knight of Wands. Jesus. More fire, more passion. For some of you, this is because a pregnancy has happened. You didn't expect it. You're a little anxious about it. Am I ready to be a mom? Am I ready to be a dad? How is this going to go? For those of you, you're talking about your future with someone, and you're talking about moving in together, or you recently moved in together, and you're thinking things are happening kind of fast. Am I sure this is what I want? You're second guessing yourself. It feels right, but you're still second guessing yourself when you think about it, when you look around what other people are doing, or what other people think you should be doing, where you should be in your life at this point. That's what's causing your confusion. For those of you, you've been looking at changing your job, or you've been looking at getting a promotion, making some sort of change when it comes to your career there. And this is an opportunity presented to you. I feel like it's not going to be here for long. I feel like it's coming to you from a distance, so you might have to travel for it, or have a different commute or a longer commute. It's an amazing opportunity, but you're anxious over the changes you would have to make to incorporate this opportunity in your life. Okay, where are we going? Wheel of Fortune, I'll say. Change and transformation that is very much blessed with the Lovers. I'm telling you, this is meant to be encounters. This is meant to be events. This is meant to be opportunities. Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's settling down, Gemini. Is this you or the person you're dealing with? Someone is settling down. Someone is making a very big change, going from the Knight of Wands energy. I want to be free to do whatever I want, whenever I want. The player play it in the deck, right? Going from that, complete change, complete transformation, because you do know you've met the one that's worth your time and it's worth you settling down with, okay? Or there's a pregnancy in there as well. With the Ten of Pentacles, you're already starting that family, and that turns you into the Knight of Pentacles, or the person you're dealing with. Take it as it resonates, where it's someone who's grown up and they're ready to put down roots. They're ready to settle down. They're ready to just go through the different stages of life with this other person, right? Or with your own little family. It's so cool, Gemini. It's very cool. Or you are changing in your career, your professional life. It's a big change. It's a chance you're taking, and it will pay off for you big time. Okay, you'll be able to retire from this other direction that you're going, or this opportunity that you're taking. It will be a constant source of growth in your life, financial and otherwise. This is something where your salary is expected to grow. It's in your contract. Your salary will grow every year by this percentage. Okay? And it's a programmed, established, scheduled growth. Every year or every 6 months, it will grow, it will grow, it will grow. Okay, that's what we're looking at here, Gemini. So that is pretty awesome, isn't it? If you're in a long distance situation romantically and you're wondering, are they worth me making the effort of moving in with them, or having them move in with me, or having us move somewhere together, closer, you know, kind of meeting in the middle? Is that worth my time? Your answer is yes. And you will already know this. Okay, your intuition will have already told you everything I'm telling you. But it's when you start to think about it, what if this and what if that, and running worst case scenarios, or you're looking at what other people are doing, right? You get anxiety, and then you start to question it. But deep down, you just want to go with it. You just want to go for it. Okay, it's that kind of an energy here. But I'm seeing either a new relationship and you literally end up marrying this person, settling down with this person, having family, or an existing relationships, moving in together, starting a family together, taking a relationship to the next level, however that makes sense to you. Blessed encounters, get out there, Geminis. If you're single and available and looking and interested, get yourself out there. Get yourself out there. meet people, socialize. Queen of Wands, let people see the amazing person that you are. You're going to be meeting someone, trust me, okay? When it comes to work, your business, your career, take a chance. Take a chance, okay? If it's something that is out there, or it seems to you like it's out there, or it's something that you weren't particularly looking for and it just kind of lands in your lap with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Take a chance. See where it takes you, because it will be a very big shift and it will be smooth sailing after this. I don't care where you are, what level or stage you are in your career or age bracket or whatever. It will be smooth sailing after this. You'll still be doing the same work, maybe even less work, and making money, more money, and more money every year as part of your contract, as part of something that is scheduled. Does that make sense? Secrets, whisper confidences, and sharing. This is this Nine of Swords energy. Who you talking to or who you listening to, Gemini? Be sure you can trust this person, because you see how I have the fox? There are some things a little cunning there. If this is someone in your ear, oh, you can't be with this person. You don't know what they're doing when they're away from you. Don't listen to that person, for the love of God, okay? They don't know what you have. You know what you have, okay? So why would you let someone else tell you what it is when you already know what it is? They have no idea. They have no flipping clue. They have their own insecurities and they have their own little jealousies, if we're going to be honest. Okay, so stop listening to everyone else and listen to yourself. Seeing differently, uniqueness, roles, variation. Yeah, it's going to be a change that's available to you. No one's going to force you into it, though. This is why I'm stressing you have to go with it. You have to be the one that's open to it. You have to at least entertain it for it to actually transpire in your life. No one's going to push you into it. Confidence, pride, poise, and assurance. Yeah, go into it with confidence. Take a chance. See where it takes you. See things differently. Three of Wands energy. What could this be? What kind of amazing could this be for me? Right? There's also a change here. And again, something where if you're looking at someone through a screen most of the time, you'll be seeing them face to face more now. That kind of an energy. Changing how you see things. It could be quite literal. Okay? But I feel like there's this person or this group of people that you've always listened to, or you've always taken into account what they think and what they say. But this is something that is meant only for you. It's a fated thing, right? And it's meant for you. It's tailored to you, for you to feel, for you to process, for you to understand. Other people around you are not going to understand. So it's for you to decide what you want to do with it. Okay? So I'm going to leave it with that. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it gives you some advice on how to handle this, because this could be a very pivotal month in your life, Gemini. Okay? In your life. So I'm going to leave it with that. All right. Let's move on to Cancer. Hey, hi, Cancer. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. If you're skipping ahead, be sure to watch the intro. There's always information for you there on the specials I'm running, the decks I'm using, all that is always in the intro. So what's going on for Cancer? Knight of Swords. Cancer in the month of June 2022. Wheel of Fortune. Cancer in the month of June. Cancer. Okay, here we go. I'm getting a little, I don't know, confused. So what are you dealing with? I feel like I keep going back and forth with something. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. So being overburdened, being overworked, taking on too much, taking on more than you can handle, being a bit of a people pleaser. Be careful with that, okay? Be careful how much you take on, especially when it comes to helping others. Make sure it's helping, not enabling. For those of you, this could be relocation, Okay, let's see. Current situation. The King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This could be your energy or someone you're dealing with, or this could be the person burdening you, okay? This could be a manager or an authority figure of some sort, with them being a king, or a spouse, a partner. I also get you want to do your own thing. You may have fire in your chart, right? As your moon or your ascendant. I feel this desire for freedom. You want to do what you want to do, but you are burdened by current responsibilities, or you are burdened by what other people want you to do. What's going to help or hinder you? We have justice. At this time, you're being advised the decisions you're making will have long-term consequences and implications. What does that mean? It means if you give yourself an opportunity, if you honor what you feel is right for you, and you give yourself an opportunity to take a chance on what you want to do, who you want to be with, where you want to be, whatever this tells you with the King of Wands, then that will create a new cycle in your life. If, on the other hand, you suppress who you want to be or what you want to do, the consequences of that is that will be your life for a long time to come. Okay? If it's a case of, if you don't use your voice, you will lose it. If you're giving it away, it will go away. Does that make sense? I also see this as, because the King of Wands is sometimes referred to as the married man. So you could be in a partnership, romantic or professional. You could be in a partnership that you want to get out of with the Justice card. You want a divorce. You want a divorce. You want to give notice. You want to be done with this. But it's a challenge, because with the Ten of Wands, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot that would need to change in order for you to free yourself from this situation, right? And that's the burden. Crowning you, the Hangman. Yeah, you're stuck. You kind of know what you want to do, but then when you think about what it would take for you to do all that, you feel like, oh my God, that's too much. And with the Hangman, it's an energy of, I don't want to have to be the one to make this decision. So if I take a step back and wait long enough, someone else is going to make this decision. But that's exactly how you get to the Justice card message of whatever you do at this time will set the tone for your life for a good long while to come. So I really need to caution you here. It's not a matter of scaring you. It's a caution. You have to have all the information and make an informed decision. And if your decision is not to make a decision, just know a decision will be made for you, and you will lose the power in your own life, where you will end up just following what you're being told, right? Which is where you are currently, and you're having issue with it, but you're struggling with actually taking charge with the King of Wands and you making a decision and then following through with that, because you're worried that, you know, it's going to change a lot of things. What are these people going to think? You know what I mean? In the foundation, the reason for everything is the Four of Wands. Definitely about a partnership, definitely about a commitment, definitely about a long-term relationship, someone you live with, a job you've been in for a long time, or this is about you want to be in a job where you can put down roots, okay? Or this could be where you want to move out on your own. You're in some sort of a union, some sort of partnership that you don't want to be in because you're suppressing yourself in order to be in that partnership. That could even be a work where you're just not in the right environment, where you feel like you're okay to express your opinions freely because you're actually in an environment where they're going to be used against you. Do you know what I mean? Is that feminine energy? In the past, we have the Star. I feel like you already know with the Star in the past, Aquarius energy, but also look at these majors, right? You already know who you are, what you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to be with. Okay, this is also an energy of independence, and you were shown something with the Star. I don't know if in a dream, I don't know if it was a conversation, I don't know if you saw something online, or for some of you, what I got in my head is you saw a picture of yourself from a few years ago before you were in this union, and you're looking at that picture thinking, oh my God, I look so happy. And then you look at recent pictures and you think, I'm not happy. You can see it in my face. I keep telling myself I am, but I'm really not. Do you know what I mean? And that has sparked or spurred this on, because you've been dealing with this for quite some time. And it's like it's making it even more clear, because you're getting to the point where the decision will be taken away from you if you don't want to make that decision. It will be made for you, okay? So that's why this is happening. Where is it going? We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Magician. I feel like you're making a plan. That's what this is. I feel like you're starting to make a plan, Cancer. You're making a getaway plan, an escape plan, a plan to change your situation, a plan to change what you're dealing with, to get yourself out. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is, right? You're starting to save up money. You're starting to apply for the roles to get yourself out of that environment. You're starting to get information. Just get information. Okay, what do I need? Where would I go? How could I get there? What do I need to do that? You're doing research with the Moon. You're also keeping it to yourself. And with the Magician, you're definitely strategizing. You're getting ready to take action. I don't know if June is the month you take action. June is the month when you start planning for it, is definitely what I see. Coming into a position of power with the Magician from the Ten of Wands. Okay? So I feel like it's definitely dawning on you that this can't keep going. What you see with the Star in the recent past, you may have already experienced this, or it's going to be something you experience right as June starts. But what you see with the Star is so clear to you that this has to change. You can't keep doing this. That it gets you to move further, to get out of the Hangman energy, and to at least think of a plan. If I wanted to do this, how would I do it? Okay? I don't want to break up with this person because we live together, and that would mean, you know, do I move out? Do they move out? Do we both move out? We have to sell the house. We have to split the accounts. We have to split the bills. I have to find another place to live. And all of that has been keeping you stuck because you think that's too much. No, that's too much. I can't, no. But then you see that picture of yourself or whatever, and you're like, man, I am not okay. No, I am not. I'm miserable. I keep telling myself it's okay, but I'm actually miserable. Look at it. It's something you can't deny. And it gets you unstuck, and it puts you in this mentality of, okay, I need to make a change here. What am I okay with? What am I not happy with? Really being honest with yourself and being like, okay, well, I'm going to start saving money. I'm going to start looking at places. I'm going to give myself some options. And then when I'm ready to take action, I can get going. Okay? Same thing with job. No, this is the job I want. This is good. This is good. You see how they're just pointing it out to me? And the Justice card, she has a star and a crown. That's what's guiding her. That's what should guide your decision. That's what is guiding your decision. To get unstuck, it's this that was revealed to you in such a clear way that cannot be denied. Okay? This isn't the place for me. This isn't the person for me. This isn't the job for me. I'm not happy in this dynamic. I'm not happy with how things are. I should be happy. I deserve to be happy. That's an admission that for some of you is a big deal. Yeah? So you're getting ready to make some changes, Cancer, and that's really, really good on you. Let's see. Overall energy and advice for Cancer for June. Trust, overcoming fear. You can't make this stuff up. Intentions and having faith. Overcoming the fear of making these changes. Overcoming the fear of speaking up. Overcoming the fear of taking charge in your own life. Being independent. Being your own person. Being okay with saying, you know what, I'm not happy here. It's not a case of I should be happy because everyone thinks I should. No, I'm not. And that's okay. I need to acknowledge that, and then I need to do something about it. Definitely truth revealed with that number 7. Imagination, conjure, dreams, and create. Yeah, it's coming out of confusion, delusion, things you tell yourself, things you've been telling yourself to keep you where you were. But it's a number 10. You're switching that now to, with the moon and the magician, what would I like my life to be? What is my dream? Okay? Seeing differently. I mean, I'm telling you, uniqueness, roles, variation. Number 30. You're different. You might have, there might have been a time when the environment you're in, the relationship you're in, the friendship you're in, the family dynamic you're in, the job you're in, whatever, it was the best thing for you. It was awesome. You were at home, you were comfortable, you were happy. There was a time, yes, obviously. But this is telling you you're different now. The experiences you've had, the things you've gone through, the things you've learned along the way, you've integrated, and now you're different. And it's not to say anything bad, you know, like someone did something wrong. It's not even about that. It just means you don't fit there anymore. You fit someplace else. Your place is someplace else. And it's just seeing that, acknowledging that, being honest about that. And then getting yourself a plan together on how you're going to get there. Okay? So, I will leave that with you. It's very interesting. But you do deserve to be happy. And whatever makes you happy, not everyone needs to understand it. No one else needs to understand it but you. No one else needs to support it. You don't need that, right? All you need to know is that you deserve to be happy and find that place for you. You're not being selfish. You're loving yourself enough to give yourself that opportunity. Okay, so Leo. Let's see what's going on for Leo. Leo, be sure to also watch the intro because there's always information there on the decks I use, any specials I'm running, which I'm running now as well. So if you want to know more of that, check the description box or always watch the intro. I'll be making all sorts of announcements in the intro if I have anything to say. What's going on for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising. The High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles. Either you're getting ready for something that you're not talking about, or there's an opportunity coming in that you don't see coming. Leo in June. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. Yikes. Well, the upside to the Ten of Swords is that whatever you've been dealing with that has been very painful, very challenging, a long process, it's finally done. It is finally done. You won't have to deal with this ever again. It's uphill, not uphill. What am I saying? It's the only way is up from here is what I'm trying to say. Okay? Let's see what's about. What's going on? Current situation, Seven of Swords. You've been dealing with a liar, a cheat, conniving individual. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy doesn't have to be. Someone who's just not honest. They have hurt you. They have taken advantage of you, broken your trust so many times where it's just not repairable at this point. They may have taken things from you, taken money from you, taken credit for your work, chipped away at your confidence and self-esteem. Yikes. It's going to help or hinder the situation. We have the Ace of Wands. So with this, taking action towards a new beginning for yourself. Like I say, it's the final nail in the coffin with the Ten of Swords. What's going to help you is to put all your energy into giving yourself a new life. Do something fun, do something different. Join a club, get a new hobby, spend more time on your hobbies, change your look. Go to some place you've never been before. Doesn't have to be that far off, doesn't have to be anything expensive that you're doing. Just give yourself new experiences because that gives you renewed energy. Okay? Crowning you, the Knight of Swords. You're still angry about this person. I would be. You wanna tell him with the Ace of Swords as hindrance could also be anger and getting anger, allowing anger to get the best of you, which would lead to a very nasty conflict. I feel like if you're still interacting with this person for now, your advice is to take action on giving yourself something new to go to, as opposed to getting into it with this person. Okay? That's not going to help the situation. It's actually going to alert them to the fact that you're doing something to get out of it, right? And they might then do something to sabotage that. So I feel like the best way to handle this person is you give yourself another thing to go to, and when you're ready, you can give them a piece of your mind and then shut the door behind you. Does that make sense? I don't feel like giving them a piece of your mind and then you have to stay there is advisable, okay? And the Foundation, the High Priestess, yeah, absolutely, everything I was just saying. Keep things to yourself. Play cards close to your chest. I can see you're angry. I would be too. Okay, whatever you're finding out here, it just makes you so angry. And that's understandable and it's warranted. But this is a time to play them at their own game. So if you can put anger aside, if you can turn your anger into motivation, because it's fire at the end of the day. And we can turn our fire into passion, inspiration, motivation, or we can turn the fire into anger, okay? If you can turn that fire that you're getting all fired up when you see or hear whatever this is that's being revealed to you, if you can turn it into drive, okay, I'm going to get myself another place to live, I'm going to get myself sorted, and as soon as I've got something else to go to, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind, take everything that I ever gave him, or do you know what I mean? Or I'm going to go talk to that lawyer, get my options. I'm going to go talk to HR, get my options, start working out a plan for myself. I'm going to get myself another job, not even tell him about it until I've got that job. And once I sign that paperwork, I'm going to tell everyone what this person did, because then I don't have to go back. Does that make sense? In the past, we have the Hierophant. So this could be something going on in a marriage or a long-term relationship. This could be something happening within family, unfortunately. I get the sense someone was playing victim. Someone was faking a disability. I'm sorry, I see it, so I will say it. Someone was faking being a victim or having some sort of a disability, or not being able to work for themselves, not being able to look after themselves, just playing the victim. And it could be a parent for some of you, which sucks, but it happens, unfortunately. Or a family member, someone close to you, someone in your community that you're very close to. But listen, that says more about them than it does you. Okay? You did your part. You were the good person. You were the good provider. You were the good son or daughter or spouse who took on the extra weight, took more hours on, took another job on to be able to provide for them, to be able to look after them, to be able to give them money, to be able to give them pay for their stuff or whatever. That talks to your strength. That talks to your character. That doesn't make you a fool. Okay? It doesn't make you a mug, as they say here in the UK. You know, someone who's just taken advantage of and they're not going to do anything about it, right? No, it makes you very strong, and it talks about your strong character. Where is this going? We have the King of Pentacles, the Fool, and the King of Cups. You're not a fool. You are not a fool. You are mastering your emotion, okay? Doing the numbers and putting together a plan to get yourself out. As soon as you have that other job to go to, as soon as you have that other place to go to relocate to, you're like, later, I'm out. And you know what? By that point, I feel like you won't even You won't even feel like you want to tell them why, because they know why. Let's be honest. They know exactly why. Right? At this point, when you find all this out, your anger is being triggered, and it's putting you in this Knight of Swords energy of, I'm going to go tell them, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go throw things at them or whatever. If you can master that with the High Priestess, and like I say, turn it into motivation and drive as opposed to letting anger rule, that's how you get to the King of Cups. You master your emotions. You master yourself. That's how you get to the King of Pentacles. You know what you're working with. You're pulling your resources back. You're putting together a plan. This is where you go into your mobile banking, for example, if you have that, and you're taking off the direct debits that you had set off for them, and you're putting a date on it. Starting with that date, all those direct debits will be shut down, right? You're putting together financial plans and financial strategies so that when you're done, you're really done. There is nothing tying you to that place, person, situation anymore. And I feel like by that point, the hard part is not letting anger rule you. Because by the time you get to the other side of it, where you have this plan in place, you're sitting pretty, you're not telling them anything you're doing, you're arranging a different place to go to, a different job for yourself, a new place to live, a new whatever. You're putting plans and strategies in place to pull your resources back from this place or this person. That's what it was. That's what the lesson was there. Okay, that's why this happened for you, to get you to this level up. That's how you level up. It's going through the dirt. It's reaching your breaking point. It's reaching your limit and overcoming it. And that's why this happened, Leo. And you're overcoming a limit. You're overcoming a boundary that you thought you can move past. This is who I am. I can't do any more. I can't do any better. As a result of this experience and you mastering your own emotion, turning that anger into drive and motivation to get your affairs in order, so that when you make an exit, it's swift and it's permanent. Whether you give them a piece of your mind or not, it won't even matter at that point. You will have the reassurance, you'll have the confidence, you will hold your head up high. Why? Because you didn't play dirty, you didn't stoop to their level, you didn't let them bring out the animal in you, right? You are walking away gracefully with your head held high, with your shit together, leaving them in the shit they, oh God, I'm swearing, pardon me, and what they created for themselves. Yes, to deal with their own consequences. And that's the best payback. That's the best revenge that you could possibly get on this person. They want to see you angry in their face. They want to see you doing what they're doing, because that's what they're understanding, and they're trying to bring you down to their level. By you not doing that, there is no worse revenge you can take on this person, trust me. By you walking out that door with a big smile on your face, they will lose their freaking mind. I'm telling you. If you want to get back at this person, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. So, Leo, I don't know what you're dealing with here, but it's meant to level you up. And I feel like that's what you're doing. And I'm telling you, that's the best revenge you can take on this person. You don't need to do anything other than that. So let's see. Identity, recognition, self-awareness, and examine. Yeah, see, you've been dealing with someone wearing a mask and portraying to be something they weren't. And when you start, there's something revealed to you that you examine. I don't know if you're literally seeing a picture, or a statement, a bank statement, or an email, and it sparks all this. Trust, overcoming fear, intentions, and having faith. Number 7, another 7, no, not another, but 7, talking about truth. It also talks about integrity. Absolutely. Having faith in that what is happening for your highest good. So looking for, okay, what is this trying to teach me about myself? And you have another tiger there, right? Mastering that anger is going to be key for you, Leo. and bloom. Turning that anger into the Ace of Wands that gives you the new life. Recognition, acknowledgement, being seen. Look at the sunflower there. That's the Ace of Wands. Using the anger as a source of fire to inspire, to drive you to create a new life for yourself. That's what June is about for you. Okay? So I really hope this helps. Sorry for the swearing. I'm very careful not to do that, but I got so worked up and I got right into this with you that it just came out. So I'm sure you would say worse. But again, it's just an example. You rein it in, you take a breath, and you redirect that fire. You're winning, Leo. Trust me. And good for you. All right. Let's move on to Virgo. Hey, Virgo. How you doing? Let's look at what's going on for you in the month of June 2022. The Tower, the Two of Wands, surprise choices, relocation, changing jobs, having a choice you didn't expect to have. Interesting. Remember to watch the intro as well. There's information for you on the specials that I'm running, the decks I use, all that. Okay? So what's going on for Virgo? Someone rising Venus signs. Oh, that's what I forgot to say in the intro, to watch all your placements. Never mind. What's going on for Virgo in June 2022? Virgo. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Okay. Leo has had a fiery reading. I'm still reeling from it. So I need to catch my breath. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. This is your energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is mastering your money. This is reaching success with money, reaching success with career. I also get an energy of putting down roots, so I don't know exactly how that applies. But I feel like you're investing in something. I don't know if you're investing in a relationship, you're investing because you're buying a place to live, or you're making it more comfortable, more beautiful. If you're starting your own business, or if your business is finally just doing well on its own, you can expect a particular amount of money to come in every month. Let's see. Current situation, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It could be this is someone you're investing in, or a relationship with this person you're investing in. It could also be where you're investing in yourself through counseling, therapy, but also classes or courses to develop yourself professionally. Also comes up here. Your challenge was going to help or hinder you, actually. The Ace of Wands. Don't rush it. Whatever this is, don't rush it. Okay, what's going to help is you taking action on advice you're receiving. Whether that's on a personal level, or when it comes to your profession, when it comes to your business, your own personal goals. I feel like you have a trustworthy person around you. And this is telling you take the advice you're being given, apply it as best as you can, while at the same time trying not to rush things. I also see an energy of what's going to help you move things along with your own personal goals is for you to take action and for you to set the tone with things, because currently you're sitting in the Queen of Cups energy, where it's a receptive energy, right? I'll wait and see what happens and I'll adapt to it. Whereas what the advice here is, you could be reaching your goals a lot easier and faster by you taking charge and you setting the tone, as opposed to wait and see what happens and adapting. Does that make sense? Crowning you, the Hermit, your energy. This is an energy of soul searching, solitude, going within to figure things out for yourself. It could also be an energy of speaking to someone who's an expert in their field, getting advice, getting professional advice, getting legal advice. I also feel like you're preparing to make a departure. You're preparing to make some sort of an exit, to venture off alone from something or someone, leave something or someone behind. And I feel like you're contemplating currently with the Queen of Cups, because maybe you feel like you're not ready, or you don't know enough to make this happen, you need more information. And then the Ace of Wands is here to tell you you're more than ready, you have the resources, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge. Talk to an expert in their field, or in that particular field, if you feel you need to, but you're ready to take the first steps in setting the tone here. And the foundation, the reason for everything, the Ace of Pentacles. You want to, this is your investment. This is what we were seeing in the beginning, saying where you want to invest in something, you're getting ready to invest in something. You want to start something new for yourself that you can settle down into, settle down with, a new relationship. For some of you, want to propose to someone, starting your own business, changing jobs, relocation. Two aces here, right? Where currently you're sitting in a Queen energy, where it's more about being receptive and adaptive rather than taking action, right? So I feel like that's the dynamic we're looking at here, we're working with here. And the past, the Two of Cups, beautiful. I feel like, yeah, either you've met the person you want to propose to, you've met the person you want to marry, you've met the person you want to be with, or you want to move in with this person, but obviously you have to leave something else behind, and it's working that out. Or you have made some sort of you have a partnership opportunity that has been recently presented to you, whether that's professional, to do with your own business, to do with your career development, okay? And it's someone trustworthy. I feel like you complement each other, you and this business partner, or you and this potential manager that, you know, they're talking to you about offers and opportunities. I feel like you complement each other very well. Let's see where it's taking you. The Empress, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like maybe that's why you're being advised not to rush anything, because you have two choices that you're looking at here. One has to do with working with others, or taking more people into account. It's not just you, and making sure everything's right for everyone and all that kind of stuff, versus you choosing one person, or you choosing one thing to invest in and just going full speed ahead with that one. And with the Two of Swords, this is a decision you can't make at this time, because with the Ace of Swords as your challenge, you're being advised not to rush anything. So what it feels like, Virgo, to sum it up, it feels like you have you've either met the one you want to be with, you want to settle down with, have a family with, or you have found your dream job, you have met this amazing business partner potential. You're currently in a different situation with the number 9. Something has to be wrapped up. So you have to recover from something. You have to walk away from something to this other thing, right? But you can't rush it for whatever reason, okay? There's external constraints that have to do with other people. And your advice is keep doing what you're doing. You can take a step further by taking a leadership role in the equation, right? And because I feel like at the minute it's other people that dictate what happens, and you kind of have to adapt. But by switching the focus and you taking a leadership role and being like, listen, what if we did this and what if we did that? I want to do this. Let's work out a plan. Or I want to go in a different direction, right? Because you're making different choices here. I want to work with you so that, you know, everything's in place, so everyone's taken care of. But that's what's happening, right? You're shifting the tone by doing that. And you're getting things to move along as well. Because with the Two of Swords, you're at an impasse. You've been at an impasse because you know what you want to do, but you feel like you can't do it yet because you depend on other people somehow, or you depend on external circumstance somehow. And the message here is, no, you can't rush it and go 0 to 60 in a day, right? So, or go from start to finish in a day. But also, you don't have to just take the backseat role here and kind of wait and let other people decide. You can take a leadership role and steer things in the direction you want to go. Whether that means you express a choice you've made, you express a decision you've made, and that kind of switches the tone, okay? Because the Empress is all about leveling up. And you're still kind of taking everyone else into account, but you're making the decisions. Does that make sense? I also see an opportunity. If it's to do with work, for example, I feel like you're the only one being chosen. You're part of a team currently, and you're the only one being chosen to move forward with something, to move into something else, but it's only for you. And you're stuck because it's like, well, I don't know if I feel bad leaving the team behind, or you feel like, well, we all work together, so I really don't deserve this myself. If it's a case of we all can go, maybe. And the message here is, no, Virgo, you've done your part. Yes, everyone's done their part, but you've also done your part. And the review or the assessment of whoever this is making it is on your part. Okay, so whatever they're offering you is for you. They're not offering you to step into this amazing opportunity based on the work of a team you were a part of, so that you're kind of selling the team short, or you're taking advantage, or you're taking credit for the team's work. That's not what this is. Okay, so it's time to stop overthinking things with the Hermit and take action, take a chance, take and accept whatever this opportunity is that is being presented to you with the Ace of Pentacles that is for you, and choose you with the Empress. Allow yourself to step into the role you deserve to be in, because it's time to level up. It's time to stand out with the Empress. Okay? It's time to be the supervisor, be the manager, head up that project. Okay? Because I do see this opportunity presented to you, and you feel like, oh my God, I don't think I'm ready. Or, well, we all worked to get here, so if you're offering this to me, I feel like I don't deserve it because I've only done part of the work. The team did the rest of it, right? But this is telling you, no, you deserve this. This is assessed on your work, assessed on your investment into things, your dedication, your whatever, not the team, not the group. And it's okay to step into that role. There's an opportunity to advance that's coming in out of the blue, and you're starting to overthink it and question it, and you really shouldn't. Okay? You've more than earned it. So let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Virgo. Bottom of the deck, sanctuary, retreat, haven, refuge, and oasis. Number 40. I can't talk, guys. Mercury's still retrograde. It's hitting me hard. Yeah, see, this is like the Queen of Cups energy. You've been in this, it's like Four of Swords energy here, right? Contemplation, retreat, waiting to see what happens, adapting to things, not wanting to stir anything, not wanting to, you know, create waves or whatever, just kind of going with it, what everyone else wants to do, I'll be on board, right? It's time to snap out of it a little bit. Awakening, speaking of snapping out of it, attraction, beginning, newness, and communing. Number 1, and seeing differently, uniqueness, roles, and variation. You're being selected because of your unique skills, your unique work, whatever it is about you that you bring to the table. Okay, so that's extra confirmation. You're not stealing anyone's work. You're not taking credit for anyone's work. Okay, what is being offered to you is uniquely for you and for the work you've been doing, okay? And that could be professionally, but it could also be on a spiritual level, right? You're being given some sort of a blessing here. And it's time to accept it, embrace it, step up to the plate, allow yourself this new beginning, and allow yourself to see yourself as worthy, right? See yourself as worthy. See yourself as, yes, I do deserve this. Yes, I am going to go for this. Taking that leadership role in your own life. Everything else is going to fall into place. But you do deserve to give yourself this opportunity to go for whatever this is that is presented to you, or to go for whatever this is that you want to present to someone. Okay? Because things have been kind of stuck for a while with the Two of Swords, because it was always about other people. It was always about external environment, external circumstances, and you feeling guilty or bad or selfish if you wanted to just go for what you wanted to do, and you've been overthinking it, right? But it's about giving yourself that opportunity to just go for something. You say the decision you've made, you talk about the choice that you've made, and then plans can be adjusted. Does that make sense? But it's someone else adjusting to you, as opposed to you always adjusting to circumstance. And that's how you get unstuck. Okay? A shift in that perspective, that tiny little shift, is how you get yourself unstuck. It's how you bring life into a situation. It's how you give yourself this amazing new beginning. Yeah? So just go for it, Virgo. You deserve it. You've earned it. You're worthy. You're not selfish. It's not the end of the world. People will adapt and adjust, just like you've been doing. You deserve this, okay? So, you tell me what it is, but I hope it helps. I hope the reading helps put you in the right mindset to go for what this is, because you fully deserve it, is what I meant. Okay. Moving on to, where are we? Libra. Hey, Libra. How you doing? Oh, Lord. Thank you for joining us. As always, be sure to watch the intro. There's information for you there on specials that I'm running, on the decks I use. Be sure to watch all your signs as well. I think I forgot to say that in the beginning. Let's see what's going on for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in June 2022. Libra in June. I almost flipped the cards over. Fluff. Okay, that's too many. This is just me being clumsy. Okay, bottom of the deck, Judgment. Interesting. Review, assessment, big news. Clean slates, release. We'll see. Reconciliation, second chances, receiving the news you were hoping for. Okay, current situation, Six of Swords. So this is a time of transition for you, Libra. You're letting go, you're moving on and moving away from something that has been a source of conflict, tension, drama. You could be literally traveling or planning to, or this could be relocation as well. And maybe you're planning to move, or you're planning to travel and you need approval, visa, any sort of paperwork, a bank's decision on a mortgage. It's that kind of an energy, right? What's going to help or hinder the situation? We have the Ten of Cups. I do feel like for some of you, this is where you're waiting for paperwork or government involvement or approval somehow to buy that family home. But this is also to travel to see family, to travel to be with family, maybe after a long time where you can do that. And for others, this is about making peace, reconciling, you going back into the family home or accepting someone else to come back into the family home. Let's see. Crowning you, the Ace of Cups. Well, yeah, peace offerings, someone asking for forgiveness, new beginnings, reconciliation. I am seeing that for a lot of you. And it can be in a romantic relationship, but it could also be within a family dynamic or a romantic situation where there's children involved. So you already have a family with that person. In the foundation, we have the Six of Wands. So the reason for everything with the Six of Wands, again, I'm getting like a rival, but there's also an ego element attached to this. There's pride attached to this. What's in the past? Six of Cups, another six. Definitely focus on relationships. That could be romantic or otherwise, right? And healing. Number 6 is a number of healing. It's nostalgia. It's longing for someone, for family, to get back together with someone, whether it's romantic or not. There's also some sort of success with the Six of Wands here. So I don't know if for some of you, the success is with the Six of Wands, your divorce or someone else's divorce is finalized, for example. So that's the judgment, that's the success. And now you are free to move in together, to start a proper relationship together. Let's see where it goes. The Hermit, the Nine of Wands, and the Devil. Interesting. Okay, so the Hermit is Virgo energy. The Devil is Capricorn energy. There's an opportunity to make peace and reconcile with someone. The fear is, and it's a lot of fear, right, with the Nine of Wands. You've already been through so much with this person. And the fear is that it will go back to same old toxic patterns and behaviors. That's for some of you, where you're contemplating a reconciliation or allowing someone to come back home. And it could be romantic, it could also be with friends, with family. Take it as it resonates. This would be someone who may have a bit of a, well, they've got some sort of toxic trait to them or an addiction. But I do feel like there's children involved, so for the longest time you have not been able to completely release them because they always have a way to come back in because of the children. What I see, yes, there's still a lot of love there, but I feel like someone just needs to conquer their own demons. And you can't help them do that. They have to do that on their own. And I feel like it took you a long time, but you finally got to that awakening that you cannot do the work for this person. No matter what you do, they still need to be the ones to do the inner work. And the best thing you can do is establish boundaries with them. And then just stick to it and let them do what they need to do. And release any attachment to the outcome, because you don't know what they're going to do. It's down to them, right? So I feel like for the most part, this could be, if you're allowing someone to come back, I feel like you have very strong boundaries, because they'll come back as if nothing happened. They'll come back and be very sweet, but then in the back of your mind you're thinking, well, how long is this going to last, because I've seen this before. You have 2 nines with the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're giving someone the very last chance, like the very last chance. And you're very cautious and your eyes are wide open. As soon as you see a hint of a red flag, you're out, and you've made that very clear to them. You know, you've said, I don't care if we have children together. And for the longest time, I feel like they've kind of used that against you in a way, where they thought, you know, you have this ideal of having the family together for the children, right? And so they've used that as always having a way back in. Oh, we have to be together for the children. I can do better. And the family will have, you know, the family will be together for the children, which is what you want. And I feel like you're finally at that point where you say, you know what? No, I think I've refined what I thought, right, with Judgment energy. What I want is for the children to be in a healthy environment and to see healthy interactions and behaviors. Now, you can either get on board with that and do the work, or you're not going to get through this door. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for some of you. And for others, I feel like you're just saying no to someone. Because with the Six of Wands in the foundation, this is independence. You have found your independence away from this person. You didn't want to be away from this person, but you had to because they pushed you so far, or they kicked you out, or they left. So you didn't want to be on your own. You didn't want to be away from them, but you were, and you had to. And so you picked yourself up and you found yourself, and you found this new sense of independence. And you figured out some rules for yourself, and you figured out some boundaries for yourself, because now you're not afraid to be alone. Now you're not afraid to be away from them, or not have them in your life the way you had them in your life before. And this could be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. And I feel like this time around, when they're trying to talk to you or play games to get you to go back to them, it's that kind of a headache. For some of you, you're completely turning your back. You're recognizing toxic people and toxic behaviors. They're completely turning your back. You're not even engaging with this person, right? And for others of you, you're either calling them out, you're establishing your boundaries, and then it's up to them what they do with it. They will test your boundaries, you know that. And then you can move on, kick them out, release them, because you have that confirmation of, you know what, they're just not going to change. Either way, you're not letting your emotions rule you. You're kind of waking up to what the reality is, as opposed to what you thought it could be or what you wanted it to be, right? Because you saw the potential in someone or a situation, a partnership, an investment, opportunity, whatever, right? You saw the potential in it, and you've been working towards that, and you've been giving someone extra chances, and you've been giving someone the benefit of the doubt over and over again based on what you saw as their potential. And we get ourselves into trouble by doing that, and I'm guilty too. And then when there was a split, there was a pause, there was a separation that allowed you to clear your head almost, right? And came to this conclusion that, you know what, no matter what the potential is that I see things as what they could be, I have to see them as what they are now. And that's what I need to base my decisions on. And that's what you've been doing. That is what has switched your energy, your mentality, your approach when it comes to this person, this situation. It has put you on a path of doing the inner work and healing a lot, to the point where you've cut ties. There was codependency here. You've healed whatever it was that you needed to heal that gave you those codependent tendencies. And so now you're no longer codependent on this. You no longer have expectations of it. You no longer have hopes about it. You can see it for what it is and make your decisions accordingly. And there's an immense sense of freedom that comes from that. Protection, warrior, safety, acts of kindness. Absolutely, that's that Nine of Wands energy. You're more than ready to protect yourself now and protect your children or protect your investments. The key, number 32, mystery, moving forward, and knowledge. You've learned everything you could from the situation. Okay, you got the key. You figured it out. And now you can move forward as opposed to keep moving back or moving in circles. Protection, number 8, warrior, safety, acts of kindness. You're looking at things in terms of, is this a good investment for me in the long run? I have to look at what things are now and make practical decisions for my future. Okay? Imagination, conjure dreams and create. Absolutely. I have to rein it in, not see what I think things could be, not let my emotions, my imagination, the potential of something rule my decision making. I need to just stop doing that, bring it to reality, to the here and now, look at what I have to work with, and make decisions based on where things are now and my long-term goals, but being very practical and realistic about it, as opposed to making decisions from an emotional place, a wishful thinking kind of place. Does that make sense? So I think you're finally moving forward, not backward, or moving forward, not going around in circles. And it's to do with cutting a person, a situation, or even a self-sabotaging behavior within yourself, and learning to see things for what they are now. Okay? So you're making some changes here, Libra, and good for you, because it's painful to get here, trust me, I know. But you're here. Once you hear the truth, when you see the truth with the Judgment card, you can't unsee it, you can't pretend you don't know. So it's going to be complete change, and it's definitely for the better, because you're in this place of confidence, independence, strength. Okay? So good for you. You did the work. This is your confirmation. Four of Swords. Yeah, you did the work. You did the healing. The Star. Your dreams are about to come true. As soon as you're done and you get closure, or you have the final conversation with yourself or with this other person or with the situation, some dream is going to be coming in, because now you're attracting it in. You're in the right energy, right? You've elevated your energy. Okay, moving on to Scorpio. Hey Scorpio, how you doing? Let's see what June has in store for you. As always, remember to watch the intro. There's information on the specials that I'm running. There's information on the decks that I use. And any other announcement I feel like I want to make will always be in the intro. And also watch all your signs. I forgot to say that. What's going on for Scorpio in the month of June 2022? Scorpio in June. There we go. Bottom of the deck, strength. Nice. Strength, confidence, renewed strength, physical strength, physical healing, emotional healing, being a strong candidate for something, boundaries. Those are a few of the words that I'm getting for you. Okay. Leo energy as well. So, current situation, the Five of Wands. This is kind of a bit of, petty drama, competition. Everyone wants to be heard, but no one's listening to each other, right? People who want to get their own way as opposed to work together. Play fighting, a bit of drama. And either with the Strength card, you're staying out of it, or you're protecting yourself by not even engaging with this person or these people. Let's see. What's going to help or hinder the situation? The Ten of Cups. This could be going on within family. This is like the Five of Wands with the Ten of Cups. This is like sibling rivalry on a literal level. And you're like taking a step back. You're like, don't even get me involved in that. That's not, I don't want to be involved in that. People competing for approval, people competing for inheritance, I get. Let's see what's crowning you. The Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're observing a lot of arrows being thrown left and right. So either you're in between, or someone's trying to put you in between, someone's trying to make you decide, someone's trying to make you side with one or the other. You're getting a lot of messages. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of rumors going around. And I feel like with the Strength card, you're like, you know what? I don't even know what I can believe here, so until I do, I'm not getting involved. I'm not siding with anyone. Don't even get me involved. What's this all about? The Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. You know what this feels like? I feel like, okay, I get a very specific scenario where someone wins some money. I don't know if it's inheritance. I don't know if it's lottery. I don't know if it's from something they sell or their own business. I don't know. But someone is making some sort of a big withdrawal, or there's a lot of money coming at you, right? And this is where you start to see everyone coming out of the woodwork telling you, oh, you're my favorite sister, you're my favorite brother, you're my favorite cousin. Yeah, I know we see each other once every 10 years, but I love you so much. Have I ever told you that? Oh, by the way, I kind of need $50. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. Let's see, in the past, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely. So someone's coming into a lot of money. Scorpio, I feel like you're coming into a lot of money. Or this could be your partner, your spouse, and you're observing all of this and advising him to just stay out of it. The Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, yeah, and the Eight of Swords. Someone is trying to, someone is desperate to come in. They're throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink with that Knight of Cups. They're paying you compliments. They're sending you flowers. Oh, they're doing too much. But why? Because they want your money, or they want stability you can provide them, or they want to live with you. They want to be with you. They want to marry you. They want to collaborate, team up, put your names together on a piece of, on a project, on a paper. Do you know what I mean? But with the Eight of Swords, I feel like you have the Strength card and the Eight of Swords. So what I'm seeing, Scorpio, is you literally sitting pretty, observing all of this, not taking any sort of action when it comes to this person. You know exactly what they're doing. I don't feel like it's one person alone. I feel like it's several people. I don't know if they're doing this at the same time, or if they'll be doing it, they'll take turns trying to get at you. The message I'm getting is you're coming into some sort of a windfall. Okay, so that's number one. Praise, recognition, money, inheritance, a gift of money. Your business is doing amazing. Everyone's talking about your business. Everyone's talking about you. And it's like they want to associate themselves with you for something they can get from you, whether that is clout or it is they can then brag they're your best friend, or do you know what I mean? Or it's literal money. Okay? Or they can use your name for stuff after this, once you allow them to, or whatever. And you're sitting there, you're looking at all of this, and it doesn't faze you, and you're not even gonna engage. You're gonna focus on yourself. You're gonna focus on continuing to grow, continuing to do good. And in the meantime, these people are just losing their freaking minds trying to get your approval, to get you to take them in, to get to you, to get something out of you. Does that make sense? And if it's one person, this is someone who is doing too much. I get a message here where you were a choice to them, or they kept you as a choice. And when you take your power back and you're like, you know what, never mind, don't hurt yourself, I'm good. You might even get yourself in another relationship. Or this is going to be one of them where it's on again, off again, and then you said, you know what, let's keep it off, and you move on, and they see you moving on, and they're like, oh my god, no, because you look so hot and you look so amazing. Well, yeah, because you dropped them and their BS energy, draining you all the time, right? Then they start messaging, then they start showing up at your door, then they start sending you presents, then they start telling you everything they think you want to hear. And with the Eight of Swords, I'm literally, either you leave them on red, or you don't pick up the phone, or you literally watch them on your doorbell camera at your door, knocking and fussing and turning, and is she in, is he in, what's going on, and you're literally sitting there watching them until they go away. not even engaging, not even responding to this person. If this is someone in your family or your close circle or your community, again, I'm seeing some sort of big success, big recognition, fame even for some of you. And out of the blue, everyone is your best friend. Everyone is, you know, wants to be with you. Acknowledgement. Yeah, look, seeing, knowing, and acceptance, number 26, that you're receiving some sort of an acknowledgement in a very public way for some of you. Coming into money, rewards, speaking of, abundance, bounty, and sharing, number 35. And now everyone wants you to share with them. You share with your abundance with them because they're so amazing to you. Rhythms, groundedness, nature, and earth, number 44. This is you sitting still, sitting pretty. Four of Swords energy, you're focusing on yourself. Four of Pentacles, you're focusing on your beauty, you're focusing on your bliss, you're focusing on keeping things stable in your life and peaceful. And these people or this person isn't it, right? So you're not even going to allow them in. You're not even going to hear them out. You're not going to let them in. You're not going to, because you already know, okay? The people who were by your side when it was rough, those people are still by your side now. They're with you through the good and the bad. These are people who, like I say, you haven't seen or spoken to them for ages. And once they read this about you or they see this about you, oh my God, Scorpio's doing so well. Oh my God, Scorpio now has all this money. Or Scorpio's just moved into this big, awesome house. Or Scorpio's being recognized for this and that and the other. Scorpio's getting a freaking medal. They want to be in the pictures with you. Do you know what I mean? And it's so childish with 5 of Wands. But like I say, you're fully aware of it. You're not impressed. You're not going to engage. You enjoy your blessings, Scorpio, because you've earned them. There's a lot of abundance coming your way, and abundance can mean a lot of different things. So you have to tell me what this is for you. And you know who to share with, and you know who to ignore. Okay, so good for you. All right, I'm going to leave that with you. I'm looking forward to your feedback, because this is such an awesome reading. I'm telling you. Okay. All right, where are we? Sagittarius. How you doing, Sagittarius? Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what June has in store for you. Always watch the intro. You can find information on the specials that I'm currently running. The decks I use, all that will always be in the intro. And be sure to watch all your signs. I forgot to say that in the intro. What's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Sagittarius in the month of June. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. Woohoo! Turning the corner. Turning a corner. Turning the corner. Wheel of Fortune. Big changes. Transformation. Travel. Change in job. Location. Residence. Expect the unexpected. Take chances. You know, don't be crazy about it, but say yes every now and again when you would usually say no, right? That type of thing. It's also a lot of good luck. It's Jupiter energy. Jupiter is your ruler. So I think you're going to be very lucky in the month of June. Now would be a good time to go get yourself that lottery ticket, that scratch card. I don't know, do something fun for the weekend and go, I don't know, place a bet for $10 or $5, I don't know. Let's see. 4 of Pentacles. I mean, you're making money every which way, Sagittarius, and you're seeing money coming in. You've made several investments and you're seeing money coming in from all different places, I'm telling you now. Speaking of 9 of Pentacles, so this is what's going to help or hinder you. I mean, honestly, big changes in your money. I am seeing that, Sagittarius, quite frankly. Big changes in your money. For some of you, you're starting your own business at this time, or you're encouraged to take a chance on that. Or this is the time when your business is doing well and it's consistent, okay? You can expect a minimum amount of money to come in every single month from your business. It's streamlined, it's consistent. And you can start spending money and you can start saving money as well, okay? Or this is that new job that's coming in. And it's just, it's permanent, or there's some level of extra stability to it. The money's great. You have independence, you have freedom, you're paying off debts. Let's see what's crowning you here. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, you want to travel, or you want to relocate, or you want to change jobs or change careers. That's what's on your mind. And so I would say June is a great month to let Jupiter help you. Okay, let Jupiter help you in June. And you do that by you take a chance. You get yourself out there. Because with the Four of Pentacles, you may be currently sitting in a bit of conservative energy, right? But with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands, this is telling you just take a chance. Have the conversation. Ask for that meeting. Go to that interview. Send that resume. Accept that invitation. Go out with your friends. You know, go out on that date. I don't know. Take a chance. See what happens. In the Foundation, we have the Devil. So with the Devil in the Foundation, there's a lot of, I feel like there's fears and there's anxiety that's making you feel stuck, or making you feel like you don't have enough to do what you want to do. Enough resources, enough time, enough information. This is where we feel stuck because we don't know. Or we feel stuck because we think we depend on other people. Or you have one person putting fear in your head. For others of you, you've been in a situation, whether it's job or relationship of any kind, because it was your comfort zone. Could be financially, you know, where you split the bills with someone else and it takes the pressure off you, or you know what to expect. You get a paycheck every month. It's not great, but you know what to expect. You know what I mean? It's like the devil you know. Or is it the evil you know? I don't know. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands, this is telling you, no, now is the time to go for it. Now is the time to take a chance. Send that resume. Like I say, have that conversation. Leave that relationship. Nine of Pentacles. The single and independent and happy card. I feel like something that you were in because you felt like you had to be. And it started off as a source of stability for you, but it turned into a gilded cage. It turned into something that kept you stuck and afraid to be on your own. That is what you have the opportunity to change, Sagittarius, in the month of June. But you have to get out of this fear-based, conservative, super conservative mindset. You now have enough money. You now have enough resources. You now have enough information. You're more independent within yourself. It's time to go for it, okay, is the message here. And the recent past, the Seven of Cups, you've been contemplating, but every time you thought about actually taking action, the fear kicked in. You know, I don't want to, you know, it's going to be uncomfortable. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like feeling uncomfortable. If I sit here, at least I know what to expect, and that gives me a sense of comfort. I'm miserable, but it gives me a sense of comfort. Or I'm not, you know, if not miserable, but I'm not happy, right? I'm not thrilled. I'm not inspired. You've been contemplating with the Seven of Cups, or you've been having dreams. Or you've been imagining things for yourself, right? You know, wouldn't it be nice if this and that and the other? If money was no object, this is what I'd be doing. If, you know, this was an object, this is what I've been doing. Now, unbeknownst to you, what you were doing when you were doing that, Sagittarius, you were manifesting. You were manifesting. And now, here's the change knocking on your door. Here's the opportunity for change knocking on your door. But it's still down to you. It's not going to happen without your input. You have to be the one to take action. Knight of Wands. Does that make sense? Whether that means send the resume out, have that honest conversation about how you really feel, that's going to create change. Okay? Whatever it is that you need to do, that you can do to set things in motion That's all you have to do with the Wheel of Fortune. It will take it from there and take it where it needs to be. Does that make sense? And where is it going to take you? Well, it's going to take you to the Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Nine of Wands. Absolutely. So the Nine of Pentacles is the lesser energy of the Queen of Pentacles, which is the lesser energy of the Empress. So you're coming into this place of independence. Hold on, my screen just went to sleep. Hello, laptop. There we go. You're coming into this place of independence, and you know you're independent, right? Comfort within yourself. You don't need someone else. You don't need to tie yourself to someone else's wagon to feel comfortable. And with the Judgment card and the Nine of Wands, I feel like this is you putting your foot down, speaking your truth, and saying, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I think it's time we went our separate ways. I don't want to live here anymore. I'm moving out. I am handing in my notice because I found something better for me. I am moving to a different state because that's what I really want to do, and I have everything I need to do so with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? I have all the resources, I have all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the information. I've done my research. I feel independent. I want to do this by myself, and I can, and I am doing it. So, but again, this is all down to you, Sagittarius. This is the opportunity. The energy is right for you to set things in motion, and it will pick it up from there and take it where it needs to go. This isn't like the Eight of Pentacles energy where you're gonna have to put your nose down and do the work, and it will be a lot of work, and you'll be doing that work for a long time, but then you will get to that change. This isn't that. This is like divine intervention. Again, Jupiter energy, where you give a little bit, it takes it from there, and it turns it into the best it can be, right? Fast with the Knight of Wands. So all you have to do is have that conversation, or send that resume, or send that email, or I don't know. Hold on, I'm being clumsy. And you will be surprised at how things just pick up speed, and they just go. You don't even have to do that much. Do you know what I mean? So I'm seeing change in status for a lot of you that is possible. Change in location, change in residence. Definitely this level of freedom, of independence, of self-sufficiency. And this could be through you paying off a debt. This could be just, again, your own independent finances being stable and comfortable and predictable and reliable enough so that you can free yourself from any other type of tie, where again, it could be paying off that debt, so you're no longer tied to the bank, or you're no longer tied to another person's resources. Okay, so let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Sagittarius. Tennessee. That's not a word. Are you moving to Tennessee? Tenacity. Tennessee is significant. If that means anything to you, please let me know, because that just came out. Tenacity, number 33. Dedication, determination, and stubbornness. This is you. This is you. This is time. It's time. It's time to get determined, to get focused, and to get going. Okay, with the number 33 there. This is growth. This is change. This is travel. This is expansion. Jupiter. Dreaming, gifts, receiving, and dreams. Number 2. You've been doing this. You've been doing this for so long, Sagittarius. You've been preparing for this for so long. You've kept yourself in a partnership of any kind for so long, just dreaming of what could be if you could do it on your own. And while at one point that was not a possibility, it very much is now. Okay, so it's time to get into gear. Letting go, I'm telling you, going from the 2 to the 3, 21. Letting go, release, farewell, impermanence. You're coming out of your comfort zone. You're releasing something that has been a comfort zone, that has been a gilded cage, that has been, it started off as a source of stability, and it just turned into stagnation in your life, and you were afraid to move on from it, and that's okay, that's understandable. But this is where You've been ready to go for a while, you just weren't feeling it. This is where you are ready to go. You're more than ready to go. You're feeling it, and you're getting determined and doing something about it. So I would expect to see some very big changes possible here for you, Sagittarius. But again, I can't stress this enough. You have to get on board. You have to invite the energy of the Wheel of Fortune in your life. You have to do what you can do to at least spark it, to at least spark the process of change. And the Wheel of Fortune will take it from there, okay? So I hope this helps you, and I'm looking forward to your thoughts. Okay. All right, moving on to Capricorn. Hey Capricorn, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I've been talking nonstop for the past 2 hours. I'm still going to be dehydrated. Because I don't want to stop. Once I start channeling messages, I don't want to stop. So I don't really drink water as I do readings, and I probably really should. Okay, what's going on for Capricorn? Always watch the intro, Capricorn. There's information for you on the specials that I'm running currently, the decks I use, any other announcement I want to make. So watch that and watch all your signs. Let's see what's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in June of 2022. More. There we go. Okay. Oh, the Tower. I heard moving as I was shuffling. So for some of you, you're moving. You are moving. For those of you, this is restructure, complete restructure. So I don't know if that's where you work or in your life. This can be sudden break, sudden breakdown, sudden departure from a place or a person. Mars energy, so be mindful of your temper. Don't let anger rule you at this time. There's some sort of a big shakeup happening with the Tower. It is for the better ultimately, but as we're going through it, it will feel very challenging and very difficult. The best way to handle the Tower is not to fight it, but rather just I mean, let it see where it's trying to take you. Let whatever's falling apart, let it fall apart. Whatever's going away, no matter how hard you try, let it go away, and see what that space is filled with after that. Does that make sense? Let's see what else we can get here for you. The Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. For some of you, I'm getting the Queen of Wands as competition. So I don't know if something's revealed that this Queen of Wands is doing or has been doing to undermine you, undercut you, or a relationship or in your work. But this could also be sudden, unexpected opportunity for promotion, for example, or some sort of leadership role, or pregnancy with the Tower and the Queen of Wands. Unexpected, unplanned pregnancy. What's going to help or hinder you? We have the Six of Swords. Definitely relocation is happening for some of you. The Queen of Wands can also talk about some sort of independence that you're gaining. You could be dropping the mic on someone and you're like, I'm out, peace. Job change unexpectedly, restructure within the job, and you're either, I feel like they're offering you either a different role, or if you want to take a severance pay or something like that. With the Six of Swords is a decision there for you. Crowning you, the Nine of Pentacles. Independence, self-sufficiency, going into business for yourself. The Queen of Wands can also be the entrepreneur. So for some of you, you could be leaving a job or leaving a traditional, like a 9-to-5 type role and starting a business, or focusing solely on your business. You're making that transition at this time. Maybe it takes everyone by surprise. Or, like I say, there's some sort of a breakdown. I don't know, I hope it's not some sort of conflict at work, for example, and you feel like you just have to quit, or you're kind of pushed out of a situation, and so what you're concerned about is your finances, obviously, and your ability to support yourself. Or this could be some sort of breakdown within a relationship. The Queen of Wands can sometimes be the temptress. And you could be thinking of walking away from this relationship because there might have been cheating. I mean, hopefully not, but in the foundation, the reason for everything, the Devil. I don't get that you're the one cheating. It could be your partner, or it could be you, and you get found out. There's a shakeup, okay, whichever way around that is. There's something is revealed. I feel like this Queen of Wands is going to reveal it. This is the third party that I'm seeing. And she or he is going to reveal it because they like to cause drama. They thrive. They like to cause that tower. In the past, the Emperor. Aries energy. This could be a father figure, an authority figure. This could be the father of your child. Or you're the father. I also feel like if it's not a case of cheating or anything like that, and it's not going to be for everyone, these are general readings, so remember that. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not your story, okay? Don't freak out about it. But whatever the situation is, you've been in a situation with the Emperor where it was very rigid, controlling, restrictive. I feel like that is what is now breaking down. Either they're pushing you to the limit, or you have a different opportunity to step into. Because you're standing on your own 2 feet. You're letting go of this restrictive individual. You're coming out of this limiting. The Emperor with the Devil is like, oh my God, so far overboard with control. It's not even funny. Control, micromanaging, setting you up to fail so that they can tell you how wrong you're doing, how badly you're doing. It's not pleasant. But I feel like you want to walk away from that. You're concerned about how that's going to impact your finances or your sense of independence. But with the Queen of Wands, this could also be a supportive figure, or someone you take inspiration from, or someone who's giving you a place to stay temporarily until you get back on your feet. For some of you, I'm seeing very specifically if your boss is a man and he's just that controlling and impossible and belittling. I feel like there's an opportunity coming to you from a woman, either to help you get out of there or to help you find a better job, or she's the one offering you a different job. And she's a much better fit for you and you with her. Bottom of the deck, where this is going. The Ace of Wands. I can't talk, people. Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Star. This is awesome. So this is what I was talking about. The Star comes after the Tower. This is what I was talking about, okay? When I said that when the Tower happens, it's ultimately for the better, but we may not see it as we're going through it. But once we're done and we look back, we see it as, you know what, that's the best thing that could ever happen for me. Because there's a job offer that pays a hell of a lot better, and it's your dream opportunity with the Star card. It's a wish come true for you. Okay, so whatever you've been trying to do, that the Emperor with the Devil has been telling you, you're never gonna do that. You can't even apply for that. You don't have the credentials, you don't have the experience, you don't have that on your resume. But they've been telling you things to keep you stuck where you were under their thumb. This could be a father figure or an authority figure in your life. That, again, they wanted to keep you under their thumb. So they have been chipping away at your self-confidence, at your self-esteem. And with the Tower, either you've had enough and you're blowing up and you're like, I'm done, I'm out. And then you have this supportive figure helping you, putting you in touch with the right people. And before you know, you have a new job opportunity, you have a new source of income, and you're independent and you're healing and you're living your best life. Okay? Or this could even be a case of you're revealing, you're going to HR and you're telling them everything that this person's doing. And you're saying, I'm going to leave, I'm done. And they're like, well, hold on. What if we put you in a different department, or what if we put you in a different branch and we give you this promotion, because we don't want to lose you because you're a good worker, you're a good employee, we have no issue with you, we actually want to keep you. And that's how this is playing out, right? And if it's a case of you walking away from a toxic, controlling individual because of, I don't know, if it was cheating or just they've been sabotaging you actively for a very long time, then this is where you find your independence. You're getting some good news to do with work or money, financial support, and you can heal, recover, and start your own life. Protection, you're protected, yeah. Warrior, safety, acts of kindness. You have this supportive individual around you with the number 8 there. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, where they're teaching you, they're showing you the ropes, okay, on how to do things, how to get yourself out there, how to do your resume, how to present yourself, what kind of clothes to buy for an interview, okay? Someone who's really taking you under their wing. So we have counsel, number 18, group, meeting, and advisors. So again, I'm getting this very positive influence here, supporting you, advising you, counseling you. Solitude, rest, ponder, quiet, and sanctuary, number 11. So yeah, this is independence. Whatever it is, you're breaking away from something that has been toxic, controlling. Someone's intentionally kept you there and sabotaged you. Or there's a restructure happening, a breaking down, a falling apart, a falling away, where you're concerned of what that's going to do and what your life's going to look like, but you have the supportive figure around you, counseling you or advising you, or your advice is to look for information, this is someone on social media, or this is someone in your community who's a source of inspiration, who does this as a volunteer, or if they're an attorney, they work pro bono a lot, okay? It's that kind of an energy. And they're literally advising you on how to be on your own, be happy, be successful, how to do things on your own. Giving you some life skills even, right? Either way, you're starting something new that will be a source of prosperity, independence, and it's a dream come true for you with the Star card. All right, so you're gonna have to tell me what this is. I'll leave it with you. Come on, cards. Okay. All right, moving on to Aquarius. Okay, let's see what's going on for Aquarius in the month of June 2022. Aquarius, always watch the intro. There's information for you there on the specials I'm currently running. Decks I use, all of that will always be in the intro, and be sure to watch all your signs. So let's see. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, but didn't quite come out. What's going on for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in June 2022. Aquarius. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. This is balance. This is healthy give and take. Good news when it comes to money, good news when it comes to things that you've asked for or applied for. Things you've invested in are starting to you're reaping rewards from things you've invested in, right? Whether that's monetary or otherwise. Four of Cups in your current situation. So you're not thrilled with something. You feel like you're missing out, or you feel like something could be better, or you're in this kind of blah type of energy. Maybe you're not sure why, maybe you are. This is often, you know, thinking the grass is greener. This is often not being happy with what we have, because we either have unrealistic expectations, or we're comparing ourselves to others, right? And we think we compare ourselves to others, and all sorts of things come out of that, don't they? And they're not always pleasant. What's going to help or hinder you? Judgment. Well, to snap out of it. I'm going to give you some tough love, Aquarius. Because with the Judgment card, it's like you create the reality you see. So if you look for reasons to be miserable, you will find reasons to be miserable. If in turn you look for reasons to be happy, positive, and optimistic, you will be happy, positive, and optimistic and have lots of reasons to do so, to be that way. I also feel like, I don't know if you think you're not getting enough from something or someone, like you're doing more than what you're getting. And if that's the case, this is telling you, well, kind of dwelling on it is not going to make a difference. It's not going to change the situation. If you want to change the situation and restore the balance that you think should be there with the Judgment card, it's time to have that honest conversation. Or it's time to be honest with yourself. If you're in a situation where you're giving more than you're receiving. Again, because I feel like with the Four of Cups, it could be on again, off again energy. It could be this has happened before. It could be constantly giving someone the benefit of the doubt or second chances. And with the Judgment card there, this is telling you, listen, you can't be doing the same thing and expecting different results. So it's time to get real with yourself, and it's time to get real with this person. Because I feel like you're missing out on opportunities by you just keep trying to get someone to do what they're supposed to be doing in the first place. But they're just not. Does that make sense? But they know they can get away with it, and that's why they're never going to do it. Just FYI. Ten of Swords, yeah, you're on your last nerve when it comes to this person. This is the last chance. This could be something that you're telling them, or you're even contemplating if you want to keep giving them second chances. Because with the Judgment card and the Ten of Swords, this could be a case of you telling them you're done. And this could be a romantic partnership. This could be a friendship. This could be a business partnership. This could be something going on at work. Where, again, someone has been dragging their feet, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's a very uneven situation. You're the only one always giving. You're the only one doing the work. You're the only one trying and hustling. They're either just taking what you're giving, or if they're contributing, it's not even the minimum of what they could and should be doing. It's literally, it's almost like a joke. It's almost like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So you're contemplating closing out that chapter. Because like I say with the Four of Cups, this has been going on for a while. You've been giving this person chance after chance after chance. And they just keep taking and taking and taking and not changing. And they think you're not going to go anywhere. Well, Five of Wands in the Foundation. Yeah, you've had enough. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of pressure. And I feel like when you do look at the people with the Five of Wands, it makes you angry. Because either you see that, you know what, people who have less than what I'm giving you are more than happy, and they're so grateful, and they're doing something about it, right? They're doing something to contribute. Or if you feel embarrassed even talking about this partnership or this relationship to other people, because they're going to judge and they're going to tell you, what are you doing? Get yourself out of there. And that's going to put more pressure on you, because I feel like you really care for this person, or you really care for the situation that you've already invested so much into. But with the Judgment card, it's like it's time to see things for what they are, not what you would like them to be, or not what this person is promising you they could be. It's time to look at what they're doing, not what they're saying, okay? And make some decisions accordingly. In the past, we have the Tower. Something was revealed. Something was revealed to you. It was a big revelation, and it broke everything down. It was a big revelation, and it forced you to really wake up to the fact that, you know what? They may never change. You know what? They may never deliver on that promise. You know what? I think this is just who they are. This isn't a phase. Things are not going to get better. They're only going to get worse. I also see you may have lost an opportunity with the Tower and the Four of Cups. Because of this person somehow. Or them not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You lost an opportunity. And that got you really angry. Where are things headed? Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. You're going to have to make a choice between your head and your heart. This could also be a case of working with family, or working with your spouse, or working with a friend, because I see this Ace of Cups that's giving you pause. There's feelings here, there's emotional attachment, there's a history, you name it. But as a business partnership, it is not working for you. It is draining you. It is causing a lot of stress. It is causing a lot of anxiety. So you want to either end one side of that partnership, or I feel like you're considering, has it gone too far where I just want to end all contact with you? Okay. And that's what you're considering. That's what you're thinking about. Can I salvage the business relationship? But then that's going to cost us our friendship or our romantic relationship. Or can I salvage our romantic relationship and take my losses financially? But what is that going to do to me? Does that mean I'm never going to see that money? Because that might make me angry at you, at which point we're not even going to be able to have a romantic relationship anymore. Does that make sense? And with the Nine of Wands, it's gone too far already. You're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to figure out what you want to do here. I feel like what you want to do with the Ten of Swords is you've just had enough. And you're getting to the point with the Nine of Wands where you're like, I don't even care how I feel about you. I don't care what our relationship is. I don't care what our history is. I'm hemorrhaging money. And I keep losing opportunities, or I keep losing money because I keep trying to take you with me. Does that make sense? And you're not only not helping, but you're creating more obstacles, more blockages for me to overcome when I'm just trying to do something good for the both of us. So not only are you not helping, but you're actually sabotaging and working against me when I'm working for the two of us, which makes no sense. Does that make sense? Funny choice of words. But okay. Oracle energy and advice for Aquarius here. Oracle energy and advice. And for some of you, if you're not working with your spouse or a family member or a friend, what I'm seeing here is it's like your head and your heart competing. Your professional life and your romantic life are coming to a head. You might be dealing with someone who's very what do I want to say? They're a bit impossible. They're a bit childish, okay? So, for example, you're in a romantic relationship with someone, they're a bit childish. They want you to spend all the time you have with them. But then at the same time, they like the good things you get them, or they like the fact that you provide for them, or you pay the bills. And you're trying to explain, well, how am I going to pay the bills and get you the things that you like me getting you and be with you all my time? How does that work in your head? That makes no sense. But you're dealing with someone who's, I feel, very immature or childish, and they're just not willing to cooperate. They're not willing to support you as you work and do things for the two of you. Does that make sense? They're making it hard for you, or impossible. The Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords. And it's a case of you really love them and you really care about them a lot, but this has to stop. And unless they get it and they get on board and work with you with Six Pentacles for the two of you to contribute and build life together, this is going to end because they're just being completely unreasonable. Does that make sense? You've had some sort of a big argument about it. You keep trying to talk to them and explain things, and they're just being unreasonable. Impossible. Okay? Bottom of the deck, Sanctuary, Retreat, Haven, Refuge, Oasis, number 40. So I feel like you just want to withdraw from this because it's too much. It's too much pain, drama, it's too much conflict. It's affecting your work, it's affecting your ability to make money, it's affecting your stability within yourself, your mental health, your physical health. For some with the Ten of Swords, like things are literally breaking down in the body because of this person who is unreasonable. They want everything from you, but they're not willing to help you at all. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to see it, but with the Judgment card here, this has been going on for a while. You've been trying to fix it. You've been trying different options, you know, to get this person to wake up, to get this person on board. It's come to the point where it is what it is. It's time that we accept that it is what it is, and we make our decisions accordingly. And I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like you're already on your last bit of energy to spend on this situation anyway. You are already hanging on by a thread with the Tower and the Ten of Swords and the Five of Wands. So maybe it's time to release. Look ahead, visionary planning, preparation. Number 20. And letting go. I mean, yeah. Release, farewell, impermanence. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So this partnership that you're in, whatever kind it is, it's a blended type of partnership, or it's two separate areas of your life colliding, but it's because you're dealing with someone who's impossible. Just impossible. And this is asking you to think to the future. Do you want this to be your future? Also, how many opportunities have you lost so far? How much time have you lost so far? How much sleep have you lost so far? It's only going to get worse. Is that what you envision for yourself? Look ahead. This isn't a phase. This is what it is, okay, with the Judgment card. And it's happening because you've been struggling to release this, but you have the Ten of Swords, the Tower, and Judgment, okay? You've been struggling to release this with the Nine of Wands, but you have to, because it's literally burying you either in debt, or it's affecting your mental health, your physical health. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave that with you. It's time to cut this person out, or it's time to just cut out whatever the source of conflict is. It's time to be ruthless and to put your health, your well-being first. Does that make sense? And if you're dealing with someone who's being difficult, impossible, they do know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose. It's not a phase, and it is going to get worse. And that's what the Judgment is. That's what the realization is here. So if you needed confirmation that that's what it is, that's your confirmation, okay? It's time to make your decisions accordingly, to put yourself first, and to release this source of, it's not even stress anymore at this point. It's hurting you. You're hemorrhaging money, and it's hurting your mental health and everything else, really, okay? So it's time to cut this person out, or this situation. And you know this. You know this. It's unfortunate, but endings are opportunities for new beginnings that are actually going to be healthier for you. Do you know what I mean? You've done everything you could, Aquarius. You've done everything you could when it comes to this person or this dynamic, okay? So I will leave that with you, and I hope the reading helps you, okay? All right, so last but not least, Pisces. Hi Pisces, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. As always, watch the intro. King of Cups, your energy, or someone you're dealing with. Watch the intro, because what am I saying? I'm talking about the specials that are currently running. I'm also telling you what decks I use all the time. So the intro is always a good source of information for you. And watch all your signs as well. And we're just going to jump in, see here. I'm sorry, I've been talking 2.5 hours straight, and it's a Mercury retrograde, and I'm dehydrated, so please bear with me. Nine of Swords. What's going on for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the month of June 2022. What's going on for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising. King of Cups again. What's going on for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Pisces in June 2022. All right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. Establishing boundaries, boundaries being tested, being in defensive mode, protecting what's important to you. A focus on security is also coming up. So I don't know if it's to do with your car or alarm systems, or just being more safety conscious. Let's see. Defending your position also comes up, absolutely. Whatever challenges come your way, you might be pulled in different directions. You can absolutely overcome everything. You just have to get motivated and focused. And like I say, don't let people push you and disrespect your boundaries. Current situation, the Sun, awesome energy. Now the Sun is the most positive card in the tarot deck, right? It's vitality, it's energy, it is excitement, fun, living in the moment. It's also success and recognition. Everyone wants a piece of you in a very good way. It's admiration, could be fame, recognition. There's also a sense of victory here. So if you're going for anything, if you're applying for anything, there's a sense of victory. There's recognition in terms of what you've already done. Work-wise, business-wise. You're receiving a lot of different attention, though. Positive attention. What's going to help or hinder you? We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. There's a sense of independence here. Passion, creativity. With the Sun, this could be an opportunity for a promotion to some sort of a leadership role. Okay? You could be put in a situation where there's an elevation that is happening, and as a result of you being in this new position, you're calling shots, you're making decisions, or you're telling some people what to do. Okay? There could be that going on as well. What's crowning you? The Five of Wands, competition. Some petty jealousy, some petty fights. Yeah, being pulled in a lot of different directions, experiencing some sort of tension or pressure. People competing for your attention, that's also coming up. Pisces, I don't know what you're doing, but everyone's competing for your attention. You're going to have options to choose from, I'm telling you. And the Foundation, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune with the Sun, Pisces, honestly, I don't know what's going on here, but this is fame, okay? This is popularity. This is things blowing up for you in a very positive way. Everyone knows your name. Everyone knows about you. Everyone wants to work with you. Everyone wants to be with you. With the Sun here, it could also be travel. You could be looking at places to live because you want to move, because you want to expand with the Sun and the Queen of Wands. Let's see what's going on in the past. The Ace of Pentacles. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you have recently started something. You know what this is, Pisces? And for me, for example, because I'm a Pisces Sun, I kind of see what this could be. Where, so I recently started this job, right? And I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna work hard and build my way up and put one foot in front of the other. But taking a chance, taking an opportunity that is presented to you and just taking a chance on it could mean, and you're thinking it's impossible, right? I've just been in this job for like a month or two. It's impossible for me to get promoted. But maybe it's not that impossible. Do you know what I mean? It's something you apply for. You've just got your foot in the door. But it's something you took a chance on and applied for, or took a chance on and submitted something, a request, an application, a paper, whatever. It's like it goes viral, or it is successful. It's something that completely takes you by surprise, but it's a lot of growth. Everyone knows your name now. You could be the head of something, you could be the face of something. If you're in the arts, if you're in the performing arts, or on social media or whatever, take whatever is presented to you as a chance, or you're thinking this is just impossible, but I'm just go for it. Okay, don't talk yourself out of anything. Take some chances. Whatever, in terms of getting your name out there, in terms of people being familiar with your work, take some chances. If you're being given an opportunity to promote yourself, take it. It will lead to something amazing, I'm telling you. Page of Wands, King of Swords, and the Queen of Cups in terms of where things are headed. I'm telling you now, this is some sort of an offer that is formal, it's official, it's a contract. Page of Wands, King of Swords. It's put in writing, it's legal, right? It's notarized. Queen of Cups, your energy. To do with what your personal skills are, what your abilities are. It's tailored to you. It's being in the right place at the right time to find the right opportunity. That's what this is, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of progress with career. It's not even like a lot, it's fast progress. It's like you're skipping some steps, Pisces. You're skipping some levels. You're going straight to the top, and it's amazing. It really is. So it could be that you've just started this job, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I'll take my time and do it properly or whatever. And there's this opportunity. It's something to do with study, with training, with information, right? Page of Wands and King of Swords. And you're just taking a chance and you're going for it. Five of Wands, you're applying. You're submitting an application. What you don't know is you're a very strong candidate for this. You're perfectly tailored to this type of training, to this type of development anyway. And so it comes natural to you. Where other people might struggle or other people might take longer, to you it just comes natural. It just clicks and you're just going through it, right? And all the right people know your name. All the right people know your name. You're receiving praise. You're in the newsletter. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy. So Pisces, by all means, get yourself out there. Go for whatever you want to go for. Don't talk yourself out of anything. Okay? This could be something even where you start off in one direction as a result of some sort of training with the Five of Wands. It's training, it's development, it's debates, something along those lines, right? Some sort of competition. And you could be going in a different department, right? Because you're starting off here and you're ending up here. You're making a detour because you're better suited here. This was just to get you through the door. You weren't supposed to stay here, but obviously you didn't know that at the time. And now it's like, this is a whole new direction, but it's perfect for you. It's perfect for you. I'm loving this for you, Pisces. And again, get yourself out there. Let yourself be seen. Take part in debates, competition, anything you have to apply for, anything you have to submit something for. To get your name out there. Do it. Especially if it's to do with your hobbies, your passions, something you create, your business. Career, I'm seeing it very heavily aspected here. Highlighted, I meant. If it's something that would take an initial investment, but it's something small, right? When I say initial investment, I don't mean a big amount of money. I literally mean you just have to pay $5 to get your application in or something along those lines, right? Do it. Absolutely. It will be so worth it. You can't even believe. It just needs that seed money, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, something that's seed money, but it's literally minimal because it's the Ace. It's minimal. Small investments with such huge returns. I can't even tell you, Pisces. Now is the time to go for it with the Wheel of Fortune in your corner, with Jupiter in your corner. Okay? Letting go, release, farewell, impermanence. Number 21, growth, expansion. I'm telling you, you're going to go from one thing to another. You're transitioning from something that you've just started, right? You were just getting started with it. And you're going from that to something else. Seeing differently, I'm telling you. Uniqueness, roles, variations. You're changing roles. Whatever you're going to, something specifically tailored for you. There is a change with the variation. Distance, number 38, divide, separation, and discord. Number five, okay, Five of Wands. No, it's not a number 5. I was saying the Five of Wands. Divide, separation, discord is just, it's competition, it's debate, right? And I'm seeing also, don't see competition as a bad thing, because I feel like you feel bad competing with other people, but you have the skills. Let people see the skills. Don't hold yourself back because you're afraid to outshine people. That's such a Pisces thing to do, but how are you going to get yourself out there? How are you going to get yourself seen? Because you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to have every opportunity that you can have. Okay, this isn't the time to hold yourself back. This is the time, the Queen and the Sun, to shine, to put yourself out there, to put your name out there, to let people see what you're made of. Don't see competition as conflict, okay, or something that, you know, people are going to hate you for it. That's not what this is, especially in a professional environment with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands. It's the best man gets the job. The best man or woman, you take it as resonates, right? You take it as it makes sense to you. But the best candidate gets the job. And if you're the best candidate, you're the best candidate. And that's just the truth. That's just the bottom line, okay? And it's time for you to see things in those terms, as opposed to, I don't want to upset people. I don't want to step on any toes. It's not being cutthroat. It's not being selfish. Do you know what I mean? That's just how things are. That's just the facts. All right? So Pisces, there's a big transition. There's a big shift happening here because you deserve it, because you earned it. You have to get yourself out there. You have to go for it. I can't say it enough. Put your name out there. Take a chance on yourself. Put that seed money down. Do it. Just do it, okay? Don't be afraid of upsetting people. Don't be afraid of competing. Don't be afraid of outshining people. Everyone has their own skills and everyone has their time to shine, and this is yours, Pisces, and that's just the bottom line, okay? So I hope you take this, whatever this opportunity is, give yourself this opportunity, just go for it, okay? And let me know. I'm looking forward to your thoughts, all right? But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all your support. Let's have an absolutely fantastic month. Pisces, your reading I think was the best of the lot, so that's pretty awesome. Have an absolutely fantastic, out of this world month, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.